Liam Rory Delap is officially a Red. Welcome to your Forest transfer news. Hi guys, hope you're doing well and welcome to your Forest transfer news. I got so many stories to update you guys on. Coming up, we're going to talk about Liam Delap officially being announced by the club. We got a link to a Spurs player. We've got a right wing back that isn't coming because of a manager. We've got a cheap offer put in for a right back that we're still trying to get, but still scrimping on. And just so much other stuff. A Brazilian might be coming in. It's all kicking off right now in the Forest transfer window. So make sure you've liked, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you do this hype thing. You guys got hype points? Look down there. Something called hype. I don't know what it is, but apparently it's good. If you want to send them this way, it's much appreciated. And my predictions for this weekend's Premier League fixtures are out now on the second channel. Love you guys for your support on there. Please do go check it out. I'll leave the video on the end screen as well if you need some more content. Okay, let's kick this off with Liam Rory Delap. See, that's why I always called him Rory, because I knew his middle name was Rory. He's got his dad's middle name. Okay, anyway, it's been announced, 5-year deal, 45 mil. He's, let's just say, as I listened to his interview, and I'm glad he's a footballer and not a radio presenter, shall we say. But he looks very keen, very humble. I kind of, even though he sounds not the most intelligent, I thought the way he spoke was quite nice, quite well balanced. He looked excited. I think this guy has a point to prove. I think you can see it in his eyes. He's determined. He knows that those idiots in West London, they just ruined him. Do you know what I'm saying? Dead club, a club that thinks they're bigger than they are, a club that I remember in the late 90s, even though I wasn't born, that this club had one stand at their stadium. But yeah, let's talk about, the criminals allegedly with their Russian money and all that, and they had a little period of success. So that club's ruined him. He's come to a club now where he can thrive, where the fan base will be behind him, where he is going to score goals, where he's going to have familiar faces. He talked about his relationship with McAtee, obviously Hutchinson as well from his time at Ipswich. I mean, when he was asked who's the most famous person in your phone book, he said McAtee. I think I got more famous people in my phone book. But anyway, so he's signed. Forest have released an official article, so I'm just going to quickly run you through it. Now, they've done the usual, Liam Delap, blah, 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 played 47 times. They didn't really talk about how many goals he scored at Chelsea, but when it came to Ipswich, they talked about how many goals he'd scored in the Premier League. You take from that what you want. But then he said, I really can't wait to get started. This is a massive club with a big history. Box ticked. Ant won't be screaming about it because he mentioned the history. I spoke to the manager and I like his way. I think he can be the one to really help me develop and make that next step, and hopefully I can bring goals here. He says, I can't wait to hear the noise at the City ground and have the fans on my side, because I know how loud and important they are. As a team, we can build something really strong, and the main aim is to challenge and be a top club in the Premier League. Siriano said, Liam is a top talent and someone we have been monitoring for some time, and we're delighted he is joining us. He is a young player, but already has plenty of experience at different levels of the game, and he has come here hungry to develop further and play a part in helping the club achieve its ambitions. He understands the demands on this division and wants to make an immediate impact, so we are all looking forward to seeing him in a Forest shirt, and he will be wearing the number 19 shirt as well. So I think I know there's divided opinion on him, right? I'm not stupid, and I understand why people would look at his time at the London Blue team and look at it and think, well, how did he not thrive at that? But there's just so many examples of footballers over the years who just go to certain clubs and it doesn't work out. They've had it there at Chelsea so much. Don't forget, they believe that their number 9 shirt is actually cursed. Okay? That's a thing in the Chelsea fan base. Very superstitious, to say the least. And you've seen it at other clubs, the so-called Big Six teams. How many players have gone to United, to Arsenal, to whoever, and then flopped and then had to kind of rekindle their career. Now, it does come with its risks. It is £45 million. I'm hearing he's on ridiculous wages. as well. So he's going to have to justify all of this. If he scores goals, I don't really give a damn, is the honest answer. So look, that's Delap done. Now, speaking of so-called Big Six teams, there are rumours that Pape Sarr, Papa Don't Preach Sarr, is again high on Forest's list. Now, this is the 23-year-old from Spurs midfielder. In terms of what he's done at Spurs, he's played 107 games for them, scored 8 goals, midfielder. I don't know about this one. The fact that he's at Spurs obviously makes my body just itch. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can someone be stupid enough to go play for that club? But I think potentially, let me say, how am I saying this right? Potentially, he's got energy in the midfield. He can be quite good. And maybe that's the profile that we're missing. I'm probably stretching. Is he gonna move Forest needle forward? No. But is he potentially gonna balance the midfield? That's the word I'm looking for. Bring some balance to the force. You know what I'm saying? Anakin, Obi-Wan Kenobi settings here. Maybe. Now, how much is he going to cost? I don't know. I think a team went after him. I think it might have been, I can't remember who. They offered 18 million euros. They'd agreed personal terms of him, and Spurs basically said that's not enough money. Spurs are probably going to ask a lot. It was Galatasaray that went after him. So there was early interest in him from Forest at the start of the summer. I think we brought that to you. That kind of dwindled and died down a bit. But right now, he probably wants to go to Monaco. But I don't know if Monaco are looking to do a deal. And also Monaco have heavy financial issues right now. So they're going to have to move some players out. Forest, go get Kamara. Easy deal to be done. So I don't think Monaco are going to be a problem. If Glasner wants him, then Forest can pave the path to do it. Now, obviously, the Spurs fans are going to be scared because Marinakis will become knocking on their door. You know, you're going to have the Spurs fans saying, oh, there needs to be a Forest tax on this because of the whole Gibbs White stuff from last summer. Whatever, man. Marinakis will just rock up and he'll just take him at whatever price he wants. I'm not 100% sold on him, but I can understand the logic behind getting him. So this is where I am with him. And I do think if you partner him with the right midfielder, it will work. But it will very much depend on the other person more so than Sarr, if that makes sense. So I think Sarr can thrive if the partner he's got in there is good enough. I don't think Sarr comes in and elevates the other player. I don't know if that makes sense. But we'll see how this one develops. There's a lot of rumours. And I think something's got to happen. But he definitely does want Monaco, but I don't think they can afford him. So that's Sarr. Now, the real issues going on right now are on the right backs. So we brought you the story about Xavi Ruedo the other day, and honestly, it was as good as done. Xavi Ruedo was happy to join Forest. Celta Vigo were happy to sell him to Forest, and then their fan base kicked off because the price Forest were looking at was probably around 20 million euros. And off the back of that, and they have to, as I mentioned on the last video, they'd have to give 50% profits to Real Madrid. So they would end up with next to nothing on this deal. Now, apparently their manager came out and basically publicly said that this would be stupid to do, that he's being undersold in terms of value, and they don't want to do it. Somehow or other, according to reports, that caused their board to react and literally pull the plug on this deal when pretty much everything was in line to complete. So that one doesn't look like it's happening unless, of course, the Greek father picks up the phone, does his thing and sorts it out. And it makes sense because then started to emerge more reports on Dodo, the fullback that we've been covering for you guys over pretty much the whole summer from Fiorentina. There's been reports that Forest put in a 7 million euro bid on him, even though there's previous reports to say 10 million euro bid, and that still Fiorentina want to hold out for somewhere between 10 and 12 million euros. So there's still a gap in terms of valuation from both clubs. That's not been done yet, but potentially Forest can get that deal done. Now, if you said to me, would I rather Xavi Rueda or Dodo, I would be definitely leaning towards Xavi more. I just think his profile is slightly more balanced across the pitch. Dodo, for me, is very good attacking. I have question marks on him defensively, especially from crosses and things like that. So I don't know. But if Glasner's identified it, this is me right now at the stage of, if Glasner's identified it, he knows his system better than I do, better than you do, better than anyone does. If he thinks Dodo can fit in it well, we'll have to wait and see. But it still is a position of priority, and Forest are going to have to get this one over the line, or at least one right wing back. Now, just quickly back on the Sarr thing, the only thing that pleases me about, well, one of the things that pleases me about it, at least we're still looking for a central midfielder. I think there's been an awakening from what Glasner saw against Leeds in both games to finally come to my way of thinking that the midfield players are not good enough. They're decent players, they're average players, they're good players, but they are not quality enough now that we've lost Anderson. And we haven't replaced Anderson. Now, does Sarr replace Anderson? Absolutely not. But it is maybe a step in the right direction. Anyway, this transfer market is going to move crazy for the next 5 days before it closes on Tuesday. We, of course, will keep you posted on everything that's going on. But don't forget, we got Liverpool Saturday morning. So be prepared for your weekends to be ruined yet again by... I'm joking. Well, am I? I don't know. Go check out my predictions and you can see how I predicted that game. It's over on the Footy Network. I'll leave it here on the end screen for you now. Make sure you've liked, subscribed and hyped, and we'll see you on the next video. Come on, you Reds.